Yo boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing some arms warrior, and I did work out with some diminish. Now I had somebody that gave me an add-on, and I've been working on working with it because I want to be able to see my own DRs. And the reason is, if you can see your own DRs on top of it seeing your enemies, usually any good players, or even if you're not good, they'll end up stunning you or CCing you right off the bat. So like as soon as you get off DR, they instantly will do something. So like being able to see your own DRs is pretty, it's really good because then you can actually end up preying it. But I really haven't gotten it to work like I've wanted it to work. But all well. So right now I'm about 2050 CR. I will say, for some reason, at this time, if I queue, it's like max 15-minute queues. But then when I queue throughout the day, I'll queue at like, you know, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 30-minute queues every single on every character, no matter what. I have yet to get. I've gotten one queue that's been under 5 minutes, and it was the one I just got, and that was at 1 o'clock. So I don't know if my stuff's just bugging, but on every all, this warrior just decides to come leaping in. Like in every game, he just goes like all in. He comes in and tries to full send the healer. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I get really, it's irritating. I will not say when you wait 30 minutes and you get somebody that does something like this, it is the most irritating. So anytime you face a mage, just go mage. So here, I don't want to push too far in because I don't want to get a yeah, I don't want the mage to just be sitting back there getting rusty to good old fashioned bust. So basically, I'm just waiting for the mage to come out because I mean theoretically he has 15 seconds or something worth of stealth. So he's out right now. He actually gets the sheep. I end up bannering it. So if he ends up trying to stun me or if he tries to sheep again, really nothing's gonna happen. So here I end up full sending him here. Now the problem I have is going at a D stance when I burst because usually I like sitting D stance the entire game because healers get really mad whenever I'm not in D stance. So, like I'll go out for 2 seconds and they'll get butt hurt. So I just have, on my burst, I need to be at a D stance. Because I mean, there I probably would have one-shotted the mage almost. Like as you can see, I almost one-tapped him through D stance. So here we get a really solid blade storm into a mind game. So really solid setup here. We end up getting blocked. I end up going for the shatter, and then I see my mage, or I see my priest is getting it. So I decided just to hold it. No point in me using mine when he can do it. So here we're just sitting on the mage, never letting him cast. We get a full fear, so now we gotten a full fear. We're pretty solid right now. My guy could try to sap. He ended up double growing, and pretty much we're just pumping this guy. There's not much he can do here. Now the thing that I've seen with Fury Warrior, and the thing with his mages, when he wants to do damage, he will do damage. Like on his buzz, if he uses it when they get CC, he'll absolutely pump. But as you can see, he's doing no damage right now. There's nothing happening. Now, this was pretty much an easy free win. There was not I had every cooldown still. We were pretty fine. I mean, overall, just an easy game. And yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Every time we had the mage, I don't know if we lost with the mage or if we won. We'll see right here. But yeah, honestly, I think I am gonna do a healer, so I've been doing some zero to hero, like I've been doing all my alts, I've just been playing solo queue. Now the problem is when I'm having to wait 25 minutes to 30 minutes per pop, and then some games I'll win 4 games or 3 games and I'll gain 7 points. It's like it's basically you're getting 2 games that's being lucky in an hour, and that's if you get RNG, a good team, and if you're playing with people under like 2400, having good in Ascendance is not, good. So my priest decides to not click a single button. I end up using everything I could for him, and he ends up holding the cooldowns for the next game. Decides not to trinket, not PS, not use a single cooldown. I don't know why he thought Dome would have saved him, but I call him out for it. Listen, if a rogue is popping every cooldown and a warrior is popping every cooldown, even if you pre-dome, it is not going to save you. Even if I rally or intervene, it will not save you. So all he had to do is trinket, or even no, all he had to do is PS on top of the dome. I mean, you have 2 PSs for a reason. You also have, unlimited shields that do, unhealable healing. So now we're facing RMP. So this is the best comp for them right here. Disc, Assassination, Fire Mage. There is no excuse for them losing this. Versus Double Warrior, you know, there's no excuse. This guy ends up evasioning air, so that's like really good. I try to pre-intervene the Kinney. I honestly thought they were gonna go him, so I end up actually bannering off the intervene too, because usually if I intervene the priest, he's gonna kidney me after they sheep the priest. They end up not doing a single thing, so I guess he was waiting for the dome to end, so we ended up stopping their entire go. Honestly, here I honestly thought I was gonna like two tap him, but instead I get an unfortunate burst dam. I end up trinketing just for the extra dam here. We actually end up getting swap here. He ends up randomly smoke bombing without stunning me, so you know that was kind of awkward. He ends up wasting his smoke EB. And pretty much the guy, I think our guy misses his fear actually, because there's no fear, unless he actually, nah, he used it on the mage, I guess. And then he got dispelled. So we end up getting PS there. So the main target was made, but then I realized this rogue was playing like really awkward. Like he was holding kidneys like really late. I think my guy just intervened the kidney right there actually. Because the rogue kept attacking me, so maybe not. Maybe actually just, I wasn't even paying attention, I'm not gonna lie. But as you can see, yeah, tracking your DRs is really useful, and I'm still like learning how to set it up. So if anyone knows, just comment it down, and I'll just copy what you said. But so far, I have not been able to get it to where like how I want it. But you know, it is what it is. So the mage ends up using his combustion, and pretty much we're pretty solid right now. He's in a DR sheep, so we're pretty chilling right now. My guy ends up using swap, and we end up actually killing this rogue. And as you can see, the priest doing top damage like huge. He's doing more than the rogue, which is you know. And the funny thing is, people that are watching this video right now, anytime I say any other class is overly overtuned or broken, they get really butthurt. Like with that warlock video, anybody who plays a warlock, people are just really biased. That's what it comes down to. People are just get really salty. So, like, if you talk about any class that somebody plays, no matter what, they'll never. Like, when a rogue is broken, rogues will say it's broken. But when any other class is broken, they will sit there and they'll be like, oh, well, it's been bad for, you know, 2 expansions. That's no excuse. Just because it was bad in the past doesn't mean it just gets just a freebie to be overtuned. I don't know why people use that logic. They're like, oh, this class has been broken for, or this class has been, you know, not playable for the last 2 years. It deserves to be broken. No, that makes no sense. There's a reason. If it's been garbage for all this long, it's because Blizzard, you know, aren't capable of making the class good. So, you know, it is what it is. Blame Blizzard. You know, that's what I'm saying. Don't blame Blair, blame Blizzard. Now they're adding in bots with Blizzard. If you guys notice, yes, there are bots in WoW now. Like there's at certain periods of time, like percentage, they will click a button now. So like at 30% there's PS. At whenever you click this button, they'll click that button. Yes, there are bots. So if you see somebody under like 2K with like 6K games, 99% of the time they're going to be a bot, and that's just what it is. It's a programmed, and they're actually pretty solid. Like they're not terrible. Like they do healing and they use their CDs like the program to, but the fact that Blizzard had to put bots in solo queue, that's pretty sad. The game is dying out, unfortunately. I think arenas are terrible, but they end up, for some reason, they kept going our priest, which is a good and bad thing. The thing with going priest is if a priest doesn't know how to click their buttons, they'll just die. So like this rogue ends up just lining his healer while he's sheeped, and he ends up dying. So you know, that's the one thing about not going mage. If you don't go mage, he just sits there and free cast sheep, so you know, it is what it is. And pretty much, you know, a pretty simple game. I think Arms Warrior is in the perfect spot right now. I think it's definitely S tier. It's one of the best melees, if not the best. It has a lot of burst damage, you have a lot of defensive cooldowns, you have a lot of healing, you have a lot of utility to help your team. You got banner, you can run disarm. You know, you just have a lot of things that can help your team. So this guy ends up leaping in real quick. He ends up fearing for no reason. So he ends up he ends up fearing but not stunning anything. So this is what I'm talking about. These people that just full send the healer. Don't do it. I know like and then just don't do it. Trust me. Now, you know, if maybe you're playing like a double melee cleave, just do it because you know you can do whatever you want. The rogue ends up almost dying here, so they end up getting every cooldown in the opener here. Like this is the most unhealable dam. So you know I end up actually almost dying here. So my guy ends up PSing me at 2% instead of PSing me like as soon as they swapped me, which is probably like the better move. As soon as you see a combustion and you see you know a weird full bursting, you basically want to pre-click buttons because if PSing at 10% or 1% is not going to do much. We end up getting wall for free here, which is pretty solid. So right now we have 0 cooldown. So here I end up actually almost double spearing. He actually ends up, you know, getting out of it. So I was like pretty salty about that one. You know, I thought I could have got it off, but you know, the good old-fashioned X-Fig never gets off anything in life. So I end up swapping Warrior first. I mean, the good thing is they're you know standing together, and when you use that slice and dice ability, I don't even know if that's what it's called. He actually ends up gripping me, and he ends up canceling block. I'm pretty sure. So you know we got the best of both worlds right there. So I end up intervening and then charging again, so we can get that extra dam off. I do have Blade Storm. I could double Blade Storm here. We'll see what happens. Yep, I end up Blade Storming him. He ends up he's actually running Blink Stun. That's why. Usually mages don't run Blink Stun. Maybe Fire mages do, but I know Frost and Arcane usually don't. So here he ends up intervening. I think my rogue actually dies here, and there's nothing I can do. I intervene him, but at that point, he's pretty much just toast Revan. We'll see what happens. I end up bannering just in case he tries to sheep me, and at this point, they get a really good fear into Combust, and at this point, he's just dead, and they get a full sheep. I don't know what my rogue's been doing in this entire time, but he definitely hasn't been useful. So he ends up dying, and the pretty basic, the good old-fashioned rogue. Now, I told this warrior to do one thing. Do not leap in and do. This guy was complaining about losing earlier in the game, right? Meanwhile, this guy runs in and leaps in 3 times in a row. And I'm like, bro, don't use all your. Just don't use all your build. And he wants to go healer. Do not go healer. Listen, we're facing RMP. If you go healer, we will lose 100%, 99%. You listen to the XFIC, and there's more of a chance that we will succeed in life. You understand what I'm saying? So here I say go mage. Now if he goes mage with me, we're in a really good. We're not gonna enrage here, and the reason is, and they're not doing anything. Now had they already opened, that's when you can rage, because enrage is really good. You know, you want to save it for situations to where like they're not doing anything, you don't need it. So here he ends up alter timing. I end up stunning him. I end up blade storming out of here because I'm not waiting for a DCP. And here I end up just. We actually end up just one-shotting him right here, boys. If you want to see the one-shot, big damn. Unhealable dam here. So I see him get the eyeball, he's going to be taking more dam and unhealable damage. I end up almost missing my spear, but I end up absolutely farming. Trinket, big dam, one shot. Instantaneously winning us the game. GG, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll